just to keep her head on straight.
Here we have Miss Morissette's beauty salon.
Here's the before picture. See, this technique is different.
That looks really cool.
I was in Montreal and I was playing in a small club, and I'd been screaming every night. And any footage I look at now of me playing in clubs, I was just screaming. I couldn't hear myself. The band was really loud and rocking out, and I couldn't hear a thing. The turning point for me in terms of my being able to envision touring forever was when I got in-ear monitors, and all of a sudden I could hear my vocals, and so I started to sing rather than scream every song through. So that was, for me anyway, that was a big moment.
Fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a bumpy ride.
This show next week is what, how many, 20,000? Okay, let's just put more lights and more sound in. There, that's the evolution of it. Let's just make it bigger, brighter, and louder. That's as thought out as it was.
Selfish, worry not about the cars that go by. 'Cause all that matters, Mary Jane, is your freedom. So keep warm, my dear. Keep your
I didn't know any other version of this that seemed normal to me. That's what you do. You go from clubs to arenas. I don't know. I distinctly remember going from postage stamp sized stages to huge stages, and I thought, God, this is a workout. This is like a huge stage. I can't run across all the way to. But it wound up becoming this playground. You know, I was able to just run around and jump off things and just be a 6-year-old, and it was really fun. And I would see myself running around or expressing and experiencing all these different emotions, and I would look at some of the people's facial expressions in the audience, and I would see them experiencing, you know, feeling validated or comforted or uplifted or inspired to go home and be a whirling dervish in their own life, you know. So that was very exciting to me, and that's when I really realized that there was something really beautiful going on here outside of the details of successful record and great tour, and you know, I knew there was something else going on that I could capitalize on in a spiritual way.
So when I go to her concerts, I like to be in the very front row, and when she's being a rock star,
I like to turn around and look at the audience and everyone just going crazy and holding lighters up and everything, and just for 1 second, I pretend I'm her.
I just don't remember a lot of it. I think there were moments where it was so big that I pulled away from the whole thing.
Okay, stop filming. I got some serious news.
What?
I can't tell you on film.
All of a sudden, people who didn't love the record or didn't know or didn't care, all of them were there the whole time, and they loved it. And you know, and it was just like, to me, I got to see a lot at once, and I sort of pulled back a bit. And she pulled back a bit, too, from everyone.
Some people thought there was some sort of hype involved. And listen, anytime someone puts out a record, that's not an unusual thing to think. In this case, I saw firsthand, this was not some premeditated cultural phenomenon. This just, it was a sort of emotional bomb that sort of exploded, and I watched it happening.
Best Rock Song and Best Female Rock Performance for young Alanis Morissette, who also took Best Rock Album and Album of the Year for a top total of 4 Grammy Awards.
I had a conflicted experience with the whole concept of winning the awards, because on one hand, it was good for me to take in the acknowledgement. And on the other hand, I've never really believed in competition within art. It's like someone saying yellow is better than green or red is better than blue. It's such a subjective thing that putting artists up against each other and having one person win seemed anathema to what art meant to me. So here I am up on stage accepting these Grammys, so grateful for the acknowledgement and for the tipping of the hat to what it was that I'd expressed with Glenn. And at the same time, conflicted with the whole concept of artists being pitted against each other. Do I love the idea of artists all being in a room, being celebrated together? Absolutely. But there is a distinct difference between celebration and competition, and I'm bummed out that award shows require the competitive aspect to enter in. And I'm as competitive as the next person, and I love competition. But it's the judgment and the comparison part that feels violent to me as an artist.
Don't you love me? I love cake. Cake rocks. I love it. Oh, wait.
My Grammys are in storage, and I just saw them for the first time ever. Here it is. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Dust only with a soft cloth. If necessary, wipe with a damp cloth, but not frequently. But it was really cool to see them. They looked lovely. And the part of them that expresses the acknowledgement and the honoring is just really sweet to see that. Because it has been my personal growth challenge to take that in.
Is that heavy?
Best female rock vocal performance. Best female rock vocal. Cool. And the part of it that connotates betterness, not that into it. I mean, I think I'm awesome, but I don't think I'm the only awesome one. Well, maybe I am. Next question.
Hi, recommend getting your heart trampled on to anyone. Yeah.
At the time that I bought her album, I had the CD in my car, and I would drive around with the windows up thinking no one could hear me, singing at the top of my lungs, because it just felt like, like a keening, like it just felt absolutely like I was just letting something go.
She fearlessly goes into her experiences and her feelings and offers them up without any hesitation.
I like that she's a very empowered woman who really speaks her mind. I think that she's a really good role model.
She's not afraid to express herself in ways that others can't seem to express themselves. She's not too worried about the pop scene. She's more worried about what's inside her heart.
No man. You're alive.